Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Pyromania 2012 here, bringing you some medic gameplay on the map Payload Gold Rush on defense. I'm playing as the clinical trial medic, which means I've got the overdose, the quick fix, and the Solomon Vow, which I particularly enjoy for melee because it says do no harm and yet you beat the living daylights out of anybody that uses it. But I didn't know until a few days ago what the quick fix medigun actually did, so I looked it up after this game, thinking I was doing some real good with it. All that it does is basically overheals to 3 times the amount in Uber, and then it doesn't make you get affected by movement impairing things like Natasha, the heavy gun that slows you down, or the Sandman, the baseball bat that the scout lets you, that scout stuns you with. So when you uber heal, so when you uber charge anybody with the quick fix, it just doesn't let you get movement impaired, and it overheals to 3 times. So if you're healing a soldier, I think it goes up to 600, I believe, maybe. But you can still take damage during the uber heal. So I don't know why they call it an invulnerable when it says you've done more and you've done the same amount of invulnerables this round. But it's not an invulnerable because you can still get hit. But anyway, this gameplay really shows the importance of communication in a team, which of course we had none, because when you play on a public server nobody types or anything like that. Like, the least I can ask is that you type to tell me. But I ended up getting a few kills with my overdose, which you may think it's shooting needles at somebody's a really bad gun, but it's actually a really good gun. I get a cheeky kill on a spy of it right at the beginning. With... It's just because my soldier ran off from me that I was healing. That's great. That's another thing, don't run away from your medic. Your medic needs you to protect them as much as he needs, as much as you need him to protect you. But I get ambushed quite a few times by demo men, like just you can see there, who just launch pipes at me and I just can't do anything about it with my needles. But we have 2 medics in this team. One is using the Kritzkrieg, and he does some pretty good damage, but he's a bit of a pocket medic. He finds a heavy and then just stands by him. Like here, I'm standing there, and he's standing there for the whole time until he gets set on fire. Then he'd run to somebody else, and then that will be that for him. But I keep switching about, trying to heal different people. I think I do an invulnerable on some demos, a soldier. Yeah, so yeah, like here, somebody's on fire. I start healing them, and then I switch to some. Oh, I actually lag out, but then I switch to a heavy who's on fire, and then there's another heavy who's on fire. They seem to, the heavies in this game seem to hang around the back a bit, but I'm pretty convinced we had a spy, even though nobody actually got backstabbed. But that's just how it goes. So I'm healing everybody who's on fire, because the other team had one pyro, but everybody seemed to stay on fire. I'm pretty sure he had the detonator or the flare gun or something, because that just was getting some pretty good shots away. And I think I die 4 times in this gameplay. Not that that matters in Team Fortress 2, it matters on whether you win or lose, which is what I like about it. But here I am healing the soldier. We go for an invulnerable. If you look at the top right, we get 1 kill. Then that's it. You can't really do much with the quick fix. I was just using it because it's part of the set, and I just wanted to see if there was any effects. And medigun's not good against demo men, for obvious reasons. They have explosives, you have needles. You could probably give them HIV, but that's as far as you can go with that. Anyway, we have a pretty sturdy defense. We have two heavies, a medic, and some demo men back. And the other team seems to set up a teleporter in the blue building, which I'm facing now. And they keep appearing in there, but they never can't come out. And then when they do, I belt them with needles. I think I get the cheeky little assist. But you know, medics are all about assisting your teammate. That's the way to do it. So we've got 5 minutes left, or 5 minutes 20 left, and we're holding off a pretty good defense. They got pretty far really quickly, but then they just sort of stopped. I think everybody switched to spy and just played hide and seek, because that's all that it seems to be doing here. And that demo that's shooting stickies at me right now stays in that room for like the whole game until I start healing a demo man and he puts some sticky bombs up there and we take it back. But that's another thing about the quick fix. If a soldier rocket jumps away from you, or a demo man charges or sticky jumps away from you, you go with them. That sort of makes up for it, so you can always, if you are communicating with somebody and they like to rocket jump, you can just stay with them, so it's pretty handy. But if I'm a medic, I like to heal everybody, so I don't like just staying in one person, except if I'm communicating with somebody who I know. Like if I'm on a server with a heavy and I know him and I'm on Skype with him, I can communicate and then we'll stay together and we'll do much better than somebody who isn't communicating. So I just recorded to the end of the commentary and realised that I forgot to press the record button because somebody came into my room, so I had to stop and talk to them. So then I had to go back, and so now I'm back. I'm going to try and recap what I was talking about. It was pretty good. And so you just saw me Uber a soldier. We get a kill. We keep the defense, which is pretty good. And I switch out to my needler to try and get a few cheeky kills. And I accidentally pressed the taunt button, thinking, oh. I thought I was gonna die. But let me see this scout running up with the Fano War, who doesn't do anything, because medics are pretty scary. And right now, I'm following this demo man upstairs, and all of a sudden there's just a sentry there. How did they get how did they get a sentry there? I don't know. But I managed to get the kill on the demo man. And right here, I think we see a heavy running into spawn to get health when there's 2 medics around. One has the Kritzkrieg, so they can obviously give you crits, and the second, me, has the quick fix, so I can heal you twice as fast. And why would you risk running into spawn and messing up the team's defense? Like, if the whole other team pushed through the little zigzaggy wooden corridor, then we'd be pretty much up shit creek without a paddle, as it were. So it's pretty much the pyros and the demo man sort of keep them back in this game, but the medics sort of do help out a bit. I think the other guy helped out more than me, but I end up going 3rd on the most valued players. And I think I follow this, and I think I followed the pyro up there, and I was reading the tip as it came on the screen while I was loading for the game, and it said pyros, use corridors and stairways to act to your advantage to ambush the enemy to try and get maximum effect out of your flamethrower. That also works for medics, because if you can get all your needles on target and you're ambushing somebody and they don't know you're there, 9 times out of 10 you're going to win that shot. You're going to win that battle. So it's going to pretty much win unless they get like a crit or something like that. And as you can see, that I died with an Uber. I was about to pop it so that I sort of overhealed myself a bit, but I didn't get it off in time and he managed to sticky me, which that sort of came a bit down to luck. And as you can see in that spawn, there was a heavy standing by the medic who was obviously away from his keyboard, and he was just asking for a medic, and I just ran straight past him, because I'm not going to heal him while he's standing in spawn, especially when he's asking for another medic. He's still in there, you can see the medic sign. So I'd rather heal this heavy, who's got the brass beast, so he's practically unable to move. So I start hitting him because he's on fire. So then we've got about 50 seconds left. I've got a Uber charge coming up, and I don't know who to pop it on because there's nobody coming around the corridor. So I've decided to pop it on this soldier who rocket jumps up there with me. And I don't know if I mentioned this because the recording stopped. If the quick fix is really good, because if you're healing a soldier or a demo man and they rocket or sticky jump away from you, you can just stay with them, because the quick fix takes you with them. So if you're pocket healing somebody, you can go straight with them. And we've got 10 seconds left, and we held the car in that position for literally the whole game. And I reckon I did pretty good as medic. So, yep, that's all for this time, guys. As you can see, I scored 13th. I scored 3rd on the leaderboard. I'm gonna taunt, because every time I get on the multiplayer players, I taunt most of the time anyway. But that's all for this time, guys. I will see you next time.